Hello, everybody. Welcome to You Need Balance. Today, we are going to get started in a nice, comfortable seat. So if you have a pillow, you can sit on to cushion your sit bones. And hopefully, Willie will get balanced with us today, too. And today, we're going to focus on breathing slowly for better health. But I'm also going to challenge you physically in different ways to balance your body. So let's go ahead and start balancing the mind with the body. I want you to relax your hands on your knees, and you can choose to have your palms up or your palms down. Palms up can really be energizing and giving support if you're feeling like you have a little bit of extra energy or anxiety today. And palms down can be getting support if you're feeling a little down or feeling like you need to feel grounded. So what I want you to do is try to sit up nice and tall and close your eyes and imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head up to the ceiling. Relaxing your hands down, take a big deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it all out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. With slow and controlled breathing, we're combating anxiety and relaxing the body through any stressful situation to help your health. And then we'll slowly bring our hands to the ground as we rock over to all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll just start with some slow cat-cows. Exhale as you tuck your toes around your chin and your tailbone. And inhale slowly down to cow. Exhale, round through your spine. And inhale, drop the belly down, slow and controlled. Each time you move, see if you can hold it a little bit further past your range of motion to allow for a deeper breath. So if you find yourself really moving through cat-cow really fast, then you want to try to challenge yourself to breathe a little bit slowly and more deeply. And then we'll slowly kick our right leg out to the side. Straight leg. We're still in an all fours position. And now you'll exhale, rock your hips back. And inhale, rock forward. Exhale back. Feel that stretch down the inner thigh. Inhale forward. Deep breathing. We're slowly warming up the inner thighs for a few challenging postures we'll be getting into later. Deep exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And inhale forward. Slowly bring that knee underneath. Maybe you rock your hips side to side as you adjust. And then the opposite leg will kick out to the side. And we'll exhale, push your hips back. Inhale forward. Slowly warming up the spine. Warming through the hips. And getting your body ready to get balanced today. Thanks for joining us. Breathing slowly and evenly can also help decrease your blood pressure, your heart rate, your anxiety levels. And especially through this stressful time of the pandemic, use your breath to remain balanced and to find a routine that helps you to stay healthy. Bring that leg back underneath, and then we'll just circle the hips, kind of rocking the whole body around and switch direction. Any movements that feel good, just to shake it out. Great job. And then we'll rock forward. Inhale into cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips up to downward dog. And from downward dog, you'll rise up on your toes and then push your heels back down, finding the balance here between your toes and your heels. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, push your heels back down. Deep breath in and deep breath out. On your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and start marching your feet up to your hands. Find balance here as your toes and your fingertips meet. Let the head relax. And then plant the hands, walk the toes all the way back to downward dog. Stretch the heels back, and this time your hands will walk back to your toes. Let the head relax. One more time, walk the hands back, forward, downward dog. And then slowly march your toes up to the top. Tuck your chin. Slowly start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head, and we'll begin with a sun salutation. Inhale, rise your arms up, look towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, pull your belly button in. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Hold here, find your balance. Hands and toes. Deep inhale, deep exhale. You have this. One more deep inhale, and on your exhale, slowly bend your elbows. You can choose which variation is best for you and press up into upward dog. Point your toes if you can, and then roll over your toes to exhale your hips back up to downward dog. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and step or hop your way up to the top of the mat, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, squeeze your glute muscles, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, arms to the side, Samastitihi, equal parts standing. Sun salutation B, bend the knees. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, fold, reach down towards the sky. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, and let's start to flow all the way through. Take your time. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog. This time the left heel will swivel through and the right foot will step through between the hands. Rise up, warrior one. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Make sure your hips and your shoulders are square. See if you can balance as you look up towards your thumbs. One more deep breath in. And exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back into plank. Slowly lower the chest. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath. This time the right heel swivels down, left foot steps through, rise up. Feel balanced here. If this is a little too much, you can always keep your heel up on your toe. See if you can start opening up the hips here in the Virabhadrasana. And one more deep breath. Reach tall. Make sure you're not shrugging. And exhale, fold. Step back into plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Great job. 3 deep breaths here. Deep inhale, press those hands into the ground. Deep exhale, reach your heels back towards the mat. Deep inhale, engage the quads. And exhale, pull your belly button in. Inhale, gaze back towards your belly button. And exhale, slowly bend your knees, push your hips back into child's pose. Deep breath. Deep inhale and deep exhale. And then we'll slowly rock forward. You're going to bring your knees wider. So I'll turn and face you here. And slowly start to sit back on those knees. Press your hands into the ground. See if you can rock forward and tuck your toes under. So now you're starting to get a stretch in all of your toes underneath. Nice deep stretch. And then we'll start inhaling the arms out and up. Reach your arms overhead. Look up towards your thumbs. And exhale, slowly release. Bring your hands back to the ground. Rock forward and point your toes. Release those toes and rock back again. Inhale, reach up all the way. Exhale it all out. Beautiful. One more time. Rock forward. Tuck the toes under. Keep the knees on the ground though. As we start stretching back, inhale, reach up. And exhale, release all the way back down. Great. We're going to go ahead and plant those hands And bring the knees back together. Untuck those toes and come back into a child's pose with the knees together if that's comfortable to you. And then we'll inhale forward into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward dog. Deep breathing here. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, push your hips back, and step your feet up to the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Let your ponytail sway side to side. Maybe grab your opposite elbows and rock side to side, stretching out your low back. Relax the arms down and slowly paint your fingertips all the way up the front of the legs. One vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulder blades back and stand up tall. Great job. We're going to slowly move into a deep squat. So what I want you to do first is bring your feet about hip to shoulder width apart, and you're just going to start rising up on your toes. See if you can balance on your toes, and then slowly come back down. See if you can lift your toes up and balance on your heels. Balance on the toes and heels and toes, working on all of the intrinsic muscles in our entire feet, finding your balance, finding your control. And if you fall back, you just come right back into it. Okay? Now, also, another variation too is to hold on to something stable. So if you feel like you're tilting or you can't quite balance on your toes, you can always have something stable to hold on to until you can take your time releasing. So remember, these videos are for all levels. Take your variation as you need it and continue progressing as you can. So let's go back to the squat. This time your feet are flat, pressing down into your heel and the ball of your foot. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms together. Press your palms together as you slowly bring them down into the center of your chest and you start sinking your hips down between the knees. See how low you can go, and you might bring a block and place it underneath your sit bone to lift you a little bit higher. And if you're in this full malasana, then think about squeezing your knees into your elbows, and your elbows are pressing back out against those knees. And then you're going to bring your hands to the ground as far as you can to the right, and see if you can just hop your feet over and assume that position again. We'll do the same thing. Now bring your hands over to the left and lateral shuffle over to malasana. Beautiful. Now we're going to slowly sit the hips down and back, if you can, into an egg roll, and see if you can come all the way back up to malasana. Now we'll go to the lateral shift, side to side. So I'm just showing you a few movements. And if they're not accessible to you right now, then just keep practicing standing up and sitting down into your squat. Try that egg roll again. Back, up into malasana. Great job. Little lateral shift. Deep into the hips here. Great job. Find that egg roll. Back and up to that deep squat. Nice job. We're slowly planting the hands and shifting to the side. And coming all the way back. When you're in the squat, you want to try to keep your feet flat on the ground. So if you're not quite there yet, then just stay up tall. You can have a bench in front of you and still practice the shift. Or maybe you could just sink your hips and practice coming here and then standing tall. And if you want, you can even practice these in one piece at a time. You can rock back and practice the egg roll. And just try to come up to your feet. And over time, you can try to stick this into malasana, the deep yogic squat. Let's try one more. Great job. And from here, you're going to slowly rise up. Feel the strength in your legs. See if you can balance on your toes. Exhale, release the arms. Can you still balance on your toes? Shoulders down and back. Engage the core. And slowly release back down. Great job. Let's take a moment here to recenter as we balance. Left leg is a standing leg. We'll come into Vrikshasana, tree posture. Right sole of the foot comes to the inner left thigh. Use your toes as a kickstand. This is a great place to be as you become balanced with your mind and your body. And then you can slowly start inching up. Maybe you come to your calf. Skip the knee. Don't put pressure right on that knee joint. Maybe you reach for your ankle and try to place it right as high as you can on that inner thigh. Now press the foot and the inner thigh together as you stand tall, shoulders back. Lift your arms up overhead. As you move your arms, can you stay balanced? Slowly release. Good. Keep squeezing that inner thigh to that foot. Maybe you can even bring your hands to your hips. On your next inhale, see if you can straighten the leg in front. Lift your leg a little bit higher and exhale, release. Great job. Back to the balance on the right leg. Press that right foot into the ground. Start with your kickstand here. Okay? You're never above the kickstand. It's always a great place to just help the mind settle. So slowly start to channel your energy from any stress or anxiety that you might be feeling and put it into your body right now to help yourself balance. So we're going to start slowly bringing it up the leg. Skip the knee, maybe reach for your ankle, come to the inner thigh. Squeeze that inner thigh together with the sole of your foot. Squeeze your core. Shoulders are down and back. First, try to balance here. And then on your next inhale, maybe your arms can come up overhead. Or maybe they just come out to the side on a deep exhale. You can even try bringing your hands to your hips. Keep the chest up and the shoulders back. No shrugging here. If you feel like you're wobbly, try to focus on your posture first. One more deep inhale. Exhale here as you balance. And slowly start to kick that leg straight out on your inhale. Maybe you can lift it a little bit higher, engage that quad, and exhale, slowly release. Great job. We're going to come back to bring both of your feet together at the top of your space or your mat, whatever you have. And inhale, step your left foot back. So you're going to angle your left foot about 45 degrees. We're coming into this warrior posture. Inhale, reach your arms up just like that sun salutation. Exhale, warrior two. Open up the back leg. Now you're bending deeper into this front leg and you're reaching your fingertips from wall to wall. And then slowly inhale as you straighten your legs. Exhale, now we're bending into the back left knee. See how deep you can squat down. Maybe you keep your hands up, maybe they come to the ground, or maybe you can come all the way down into Skandasana. And from here, I'll show you a variation under control. I want you to bring your right hand behind you and see if you can sink your hips down and then lift up behind into this Turkish get-up variation, squeezing the glutes like a glute bridge. And then slowly come back down. Both hands are on the ground behind you. And now you're going to swivel into a low lunge with the left leg in front. Right hand comes to the ground. Left fingertips twist and reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hand back down. See if you can straighten out your front leg. And then come into this deep lunge. You're going to use the power in your lunge to balance. Plant your hands on the ground and step back into plank. Now we're facing the opposite direction. Use your vinyasa here if that feels good. Lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Good job. Inhale, look forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and step or hop your way all the way up to the top of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, nice and tall. And exhale, release. Beautiful. We'll practice a few of those variations on the other side. Right leg is going to step back, angled in a little bit. So now we're in warrior one on with the left leg forward. Reach the arms up, nice and tall. And on your exhale, open up into warrior two. Maybe spreading the legs a little bit wider if you can sink deeper into that leg. Reach your arms out nice and long. And on your next inhale, straighten out the legs. And on your exhale, slowly start to sink into this back right leg. Stay tall if that feels like enough stretching for you. Maybe you can bring your hands to the ground. Listen to your body and maintain your breath. You're slowly progressing into Skandasana if that feels okay. Your knee is bending out and your left toes are going to face up. And if you can, the left hand comes behind you to support without your hips touching the ground. They're just going to drop down a little bit, and then you can squeeze your glutes up as you reach up high. Great job. Now from here, you can also bring your left toes forward a little bit and reach for the sky, and then slowly come back down. Now we're swinging around. the right hand comes to the ground, and we're turning into this low lunge. Notice the rotation. There's a lot of different orientation here. So you got practice this again if you need to. We're coming back to a low lunge with the right leg forward. Right fingertips are slowly going to twist up and reach towards the sky. And exhale, slowly come back down. Straighten out the front leg. Feel that stretch. And exhale, back into a lunge. Feel the strength in your legs here. Press your hands into the ground and kick back into plank. Use your vinyasa. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath. Inhale, rock forward, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and slowly make your way up to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up nice and tall. And exhale, release. We'll repeat that one more time on each side so that now you know the movements. You can try to practice the routine a little bit. So we'll take a breath as we breathe in, take an inhale, step the left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, long spine. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, start to lower down into your lateral squat or skandasana, deep. Inhale, left hand comes behind you. Bring your left leg forward a little bit. And exhale, squeeze your glutes as you rise up. And inhale, slowly lower down. Right hand comes to the ground. And you're going to slowly turn back to the right leg, nice and low. Slowly reach your right fingertips up to the sky. And lower back down. And then straighten out your front leg. Slowly start to bend into the lunge. Step back into plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pull that belly button in. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Bend your knees. Step or hop your way all the way up to the top. And exhale, release the head down. Inhale, rise up all the way. Squeeze your glutes nice and tall. Exhale, release the arms down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and repeat on the opposite side. So now we're going to step your left foot back. And we're going into Virabhadrasana 1 with the left foot forward and bent and the right leg behind you. And you might turn and face the other way, or you can just set up on the opposite side of your mat. Exhale, open up into Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, start to bend down. Start with this lateral squat. And then slowly come down. Maybe your hands come to the ground. Maybe the right toes can point up, skandasana. And then inhale, your right hand comes behind you. Step your right heel forward a little bit and squeeze your glutes up into a glute bridge. And slowly lower back down. Left hand comes on the ground behind you. And you're pivoting over to a low lunge with the left foot forward. And the left fingertips twist and reach up to the sky. Slowly come back down and start straightening out that front leg. And back down, come into a lunge. Plant your hands on the ground and step back into plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Start shaking it out a little bit. And you can always keep practicing this flow. Anytime you can do it in many different directions. You can switch directions. Just to try to keep the mind engaged and the mind and body balanced. Inhale, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, and step or hop your way up to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, engage the glutes. And exhale, release all the way back down. Beautiful. We're going to bring the feet out wide and see if you can come down to a seat and practice a little bit of rolling. So similar to what we started with. Feet out wide like Malasana. See if you can sink down. Under control, start to lean back. Let your hips catch you. and rock all the way forward and back. And we're just going to rock up into an eggshell. So you're just rocking forward and back, bringing your feet to the ground, massaging your back into the ground. Take this nice active recovery here. And on the next one, you're going to try to come up and not touch your feet to the ground. See if you can stick it without touching your feet down. Keep them up. Rock back and up. Have some fun with it. Rock back and use your core to keep yourself strong. And maybe you can release your arms and really use your core to find your control here. And then if you can start straightening out your legs and finding a balance with straight legs. See if you can stop momentum so that you know you can stick it before you go back and try again. Great work. One more like that and stick it. Wherever you are, hold it. See if you can slowly straighten down so you're just hovering over the ground and then lift right back up. Two more like that. Slowly lower down. Lift right back up, balancing on the sit bone. Slowly lower down and lift. And then we'll just cross the ankles. And I'm going to turn forward so I can see you and you can see me. And you're going to bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out wide. And take a deep breath in. Lift the spine. And then exhale, slowly tuck the chin all the way to your chest. Notice that nice stretch through your neck. Slowly start bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. And slowly circling back and around. And bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. And slowly circling around. Just find what feels good in this movement here. There's no right or wrong. You're just finding any tension or tight spots. And then slowly lift the head up nice and tall. On your next exhale, pull your belly button in and fold forward, bringing your chest closer to your toes. Notice how your elbows are into your inner thighs and you're trying to press your inner thighs down with those elbows, finding more mobility here. Maintain your breath. See if you can pull your chest closer down to your toes. Feel the stretch in the hips. And slowly roll all the way back up. Beautiful job. Now we're going to spread the legs out wide. Upavishta Konasana. Seated, wide-legged stretch. And this doesn't have to be like a split. If you can't get there, that's okay. Just try to bring your legs as wide as you can with your toes pointing up. So if you start to notice you have to lean back or your toes are kind of falling in, then maybe just close your legs a little bit. And you're going to bring your hands to the inside of your legs. Another thing too, if you feel like you're really rounded in the spine, then maybe just put a little blanket or a cushion to lift your sit bones up a little bit higher. And take an inhale, lift your chest up nice and tall. And then exhale, work your arms down the inner parts of your thighs. See how far you can reach. Stop when it feels intense. And then maybe you can eventually grab onto your big toes. Use your yogi lock with your peace fingers to wrap around the big toe. And then here you can pull your chest a little bit closer. Maybe resting your head down on the ground. And make sure you maintain your breath. And no shrugging here, so you're still pulling your shoulders down and back as you breathe. Inhale, slowly start to rise up. Beautiful job. We're going to bring the knees in and lock the toes again. See if you can straighten your toes in front of you, and then maybe bring them out wide. So it's the same position, but now we're trying to balance on our sit bone. Great job here. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then slowly come back through center, and I'll show you from the side. You can relax your legs down, shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to try to straighten out the legs and rock and roll. Back and forward. And back and forward. See if you can find your balance. And over time, You can even try to straighten your legs. So it's just like that eggshell you were doing, but now your hands are connected to your toes and you're working on your core. One more. Great job. Now see if you can stick it. See if you can hold it. Now that you're finding this stillness, try to use your core to find balance. Use the pressure against your toes and your fingertips to keep yourself nice and strong. Shoulders are down and back. Keep the core strong. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Relax the knees down. Just wrap your arms around your shin. Give yourself a big bear hug and tuck your chin and bring your forehead to your knees. Deep inhale and deep exhale. And then inhale, lift your head back up. Bring your hands back behind you. Scoot your hips back and straighten out your legs. You're going to bring your fingertips about 6 inches behind you so that they're facing your body. And if it feels okay, you can just sit here, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back, and look up. Or you can go into a reverse tabletop, plant your hands and lift your hips up. Or you can come with me to Purvottanasana, reverse plank. Inhale, press your hands down, squeeze your glutes up, and if you have straight legs, try to reach your toes down to the ground. Feeling the stretch through your biceps and your shoulders, your hips, through your shins, and really try to squeeze your glutes up, and on your exhale, slowly lower back down, and we're going all the way to reach for the toes. Opposite direction. Deep breathing here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Slowly breathe. And then we're going to practice some of our back bending today. So we'll start with a glute bridge. You're going to bring your feet to the ground, dig your heels down, relax the head, neck, and shoulders on the ground. Take a big deep breath in, dig your heels down, squeeze your glutes up. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more of a rejuvenating practice today, then just take a block under the hip and let your hips relax. Give it a little support. Take a few deep breaths here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. One more deep breath in and slowly lower all the way back down. We have 2 more of those. You can maintain that same posture that you just did, or you can practice going up into a back bend. Or for Dhanurasana, place the hands on the ground so that the fingertips are facing the shoulders and your elbows are pointing straight up towards the sky. Make sure your elbows aren't going out to the side. Squeeze them into the ear. Press your heels down into the ground. And in whichever position you're doing, take a big deep breath in as you press up. And maybe you just start practicing here, pressing your hands into the ground. Or maybe you can put the top of your head on the ground. And if you're feeling ready, you can press all the way up. Make sure you keep your feet flat and your hands are even. Reach up. And then maybe your hands can walk in a little bit closer. But find your breath. Maintain your breathing. It can be really difficult to breathe here, but try to still expand the lungs. And then on your exhale, slowly tuck the chin, roll all the way back down. And it might feel good to windshield wiper the knees side to side. If you've never done a back bend before, then just start practicing with that glute bridge variation. And if you are currently working on your back bend, then this is a great time to practice. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel. Deep breathing. We have 1 more like that, so let's come back to that position that you were doing before. Make sure if you are doing the back bend, you're squeezing your elbows into your ears. And on your inhale, you press down, lift up, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. Make sure you're thinking about lifting up and forward with your pelvic girdle. Deep breathing. And then you'll slowly lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Beautiful job. Now take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Then slowly straighten out your left leg. Hug your right knee into your chest and circle it around, drawing circles with the knee. Great job. And then we'll switch sides, opposite leg, kick it out, draw some circles with the knee. Just circle it around, shake it out. And then you'll come flat onto your back. And we're just going to kick the heels straight up towards the sky. Think about pulling your belly button down into the ground, finding balance between your mind and your core here. One at a time, we're going to inhale, drop one leg down as low as you can. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. If you feel your low back coming off of the ground, then just don't go as low. You can even be kicking from here. Maybe bend your knees a little bit too if you need to. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale and exhale. One more each. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. And then slowly hug those knees into your chest and rock side to side. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And we'll slowly start straightening out the legs, straightening out the arms. And come into a nice relaxed state. Close your eyes. We're going to practice some breathing to maintain mind-body balance. Most people breathe about 15 to 20 breaths per minute. If you can get that down to 10 or less, then it can really help stimulate your nervous system and help you manage stress and anxiety and be able to channel that energy into different spaces. So let's try breathing through the nose. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your nose. See how low and slow you can breathe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And now we're going to time how many breaths you can do in a minute. So I want you to start counting your breaths. You're going to try to breathe as slow and controlled as you can. I'll tell you when to stop, but I want you to note how many breaths you had. Ready? Let's start with an inhale. Exhale it all out, and you'll begin counting with your next inhale. Inhale. Each inhale counts as one. And relax. How many breaths did you have? I counted 6. I hope you noticed that in a resting state can really help lower your resting heart rate by maintaining your breath. Exercise, of course, helps as well. And if you ever feel stressed or anxious, see if you can sit down for just 1 minute in a calm and quiet, distraction-free place. Close your eyes and just count your breaths. And over time, notice the deeper and slower you can breathe, the less breaths you'll need in that 1 minute. So 10 is a good goal to focus on. And once you're there, slowly decrease. And as you breathe, try to find that ujjayi breathing, that audible oceanic sound in your breath. We'll practice that 3 times. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, and halfway through, close your mouth, finish through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, halfway, close your mouth, and finish through the nose. And one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and halfway, close your mouth, finish through the nose. Notice how you can feel that vibration in the throat. Nice, deep breathing. And then slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe circle your wrists and your ankles. And shake your head side to side like you're saying no. And then slowly bring one knee into your chest and then the other. Curl up into a tight ball. And on your inhale, reach your arms and legs out far, full body stretch. Exhale, curl up into a tight ball. Bring your knees into your forehead. And inhale, full body stretch. Reaching your fingers and toes from wall to wall. One more time, curl up into a ball and start rocking side to side. And slowly rock onto whatever side feels most comfortable. Use your arm as a pillow. And just rest here on your side, starting to adapt to the ground. Notice your breathing. Notice your surroundings. What was distracting to you during this practice? Were there sounds or smells? Or was it the surface that you were touching? Notice what was distracting you and see what you can do next time to help limit those distractions. You'll slowly press your way up to a seat. Legs crossed, lift your chest, sit up nice and tall. And think about one thing that you're grateful for. Grateful for your health, your ability to breathe. Grateful that you finished this practice, regardless of what level you're at, whether you were able to do the entire flow or you're using modifications. Be grateful for your physical health and your mental health. And it can be helpful each morning to just start by thinking about at least one thing that you're most grateful for and start shifting the mindset into that positive thinking, into that success-oriented thinking, where failure doesn't mean that you're not good enough or that you have failed. It just means that next time you have to try harder, try something different, work harder. Having a growth mindset is what can help you work past all of those failures in order to reach that ultimate success. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for getting balanced with me. If you have any questions, you can email me at skylar@youneedthelab.com. And if you liked this video or other videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram at YouNeedTheLab. Like this video and share it with whoever you think might benefit from a nice balanced flow and help with breathing. Great job today, and we look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day.